Is your new race leader. James Cook over the line in second position. Eddie O'Shea dropping to third. Mason Foster, Ryan Hitchcock and Ollie Walker is that second group as O'Shea responds down the inside of Cook now to take second place. So the championship leader Maguire, I was talking about how he was staring the chance of dropping 5 points in the face. Well, he's going to make some up instead. And it looks like 5 points being added to his championship lead at very least here, because he sits out in top spot. Johnny Garnes has indeed claimed that 7th position, so while I was focusing on Garnes recovering through the field, the top 3 places had all changed. 4th, 5th and 6th, Foster, Hitchcock and Walker, they're still very closely packed together as they make their way through Devil's Elbow. O'Shea is attacking on the tail of Ross Maguire now. We are in for an extremely close final lap. O'Shea has got the pace, no doubt about that. Maguire moves to cover into turn 1. Less than a tenth of a second between them. A new personal best from Eddie O'Shea, a 53.5. That's nothing compared to the pace of Johnny Garnes further down the order. A new fastest lap of the race all the way down in 7th position. Garnes may well now gain enough on Ryan Hitchcock to bring himself into that group from 4th to 6th positions. He's on the tail end of that group now. 4 riders in the group, but we've got an attack for the lead as well. Simultaneously, Eddie O'Shea looking to the inside, but Maguire holds on for that race lead. 4 riders in a group further down the order as Garnes tries to find his way through desperately in terms of the championship, needs to make his way into 4th position. It's Maguire out in front. The championship leader will extend his advantage over Johnny Garnes, who's stranded all the way back down in 7th place. Has Garnes got time to make up another couple of positions? Has he made one already? There was contact further down the order. It's side by side in the drag race to the line. O'Shea picks up the race win. So it's Ross Maguire over the line in second, James Cook in third. Where will Johnny Garnes make it? 5th position in the end. Mason Foster just about holds on. Ryan Hitchcock and Ollie Walker both dispatched on the final lap by Johnny Garnes. Superb performance from Johnny Garnes. Damage limitation effort. He made the error in the early stages of the race, going down while sitting in the race lead, having found his way through to the race lead. At one point there, Ross Maguire was down in 4th position. It looked like that was going to do real damage to his championship lead that stood at only 12 points. Things turned on their head when Garnes went down. O'Shea then takes a couple of points away from Ross Maguire by passing him again off the final turn, having sat at one stage in 3rd position there, and Garnes recovers from outside of the top 10 and all the way up to P5. Well, that is the average excitement in an AC40 Pro race. Absolutely sensational. Eddie O'Shea, your winner by a tenth of a second, pass off the final turn ahead of Ross Maguire. James Cook, Mason Foster and Johnny Garnes rounding out the top 5 after what was a superb recovery from further down the order.
Thank you very much, Alex Raby. And yes, the other positions after 10th place: Dylan Miller in 11th, Jack Kirsch in 12th, Cameron Sewell in 13th, Lucas Brown 14th, Sherman Boyd Ruben in 15th, Monty Amer in 16th, Joe Farrer in 17th, Rossi Banham in 18th, Taylor Stewart Campbell registered down in 19th place, and Max Perry rounding out the top 20, with Tilley and Smith not registering over the line at the end of the race. So you're listening to live radio coverage here of round 7 of the Cool Fab Racing British Minibikes Championship from Wales. It's Glanagors, and something tells me, and I might just be very wrong, but something tells me that the weather might be closing in on us a little later. It's just a guess. I don't know. I'm just looking at cows in the field and some old wives' tale. But anyway, hopefully I am wrong. And we continue to enjoy a moderately okay sort of day here at Wales. Keep your messages coming into us here at the studio. Alex Raby and myself, Lester Forbes, monitoring all the comments for all the riders. We've got people tuned in live online from all over the world. South Florida, Korea as well. And the next race out on track is the AC40 Rookies. And that's next.
Now the official partner series to the BSB. This is Cool Fab Racing.
Out onto track now for the warm-up lap for the ACs. Let's get the grid with Alex Raby.
Here we go then for race number 1 with the AC40 rookies. Hopefully that continues the theme after the AC40 pros last time out, who were absolutely superb. Lining up then with the AC40 rookies. Harrison Crosby is the current championship leader by a 59-point margin over Luca Hopkins. Things much closer further down the order for second position in the series overall, from Hopkins on 277 points all the way down to Ethan Sparks in 5th. Riders still in contention for a place on the championship podium, but at the moment it looks as though Harrison Crosby will be on a march towards the title. He lines up on the front row of the grid here alongside Sullivan Mountsie, the pole sitter, down in 6th in the championship standings after missing 2 of the rounds earlier on in the campaign through injury. So he's gradually made his way up through as the season has gone on. He was in sensational form last time out, Sullivan Mountsie, 70 points out of a possible 75, and he's your pole sitter here, lining up alongside Harrison Crosby, the championship leader. In terms of Crosby's championship lead, well, he can further extend it here if he can hold his position off the line. Luca Hopkins, his nearest rival, is all the way down in 5th position, so starting 2 rows back. Third row of the grid for Luca Hopkins alongside Alfie Davidson. Between those 2 groups of riders, in 3rd position is Jamie Woodcock, 3rd on the grid, 3rd in the championship. Carl Payne alongside him with 18 points to make up if he wants to make it onto the series podium. He lines up here in P4. 3rd row of the grid, as I said, Alfie Davidson and Luca Hopkins. Row 4, James Rose and Harrison Desoy. And row 5, Orlando Phillips and Clayton Edmonds. Phillips has been involved in several crashes as this season's gone on, which has complicated things for him. He's had occasional bouts of real high scoring. He was the 2nd highest scorer, in fact, at round number 1. Let's see what he can do here. A little bit of edginess on the line. Crosby so determined to get away. He's ended up penalising himself. Under threat for 2nd position there. In fact, he's lost 2nd position. It's Carl Payne who's coming through by the looks of it. Sullivan Mountsie has broken away. Carl Payne then up to 2nd position. Crosby will try to respond. Jamie Woodcock was dropped off the line quite dramatically, so he drops back from 3rd to 4th. The rest of the pack all filtering through. The race lead then is with Sullivan Mountsie with a good break, but it's all changed in terms of P2 because Harrison Crosby is now under some pressure from Jamie Woodcock in 4th position. Woodcock looks to the inside as they come into the infield section. Through the carousel now in the race for 3rd place. The top 2 have started to break away. Battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th positions, and to be honest, from there on in, a real train of riders snaking their way through. But it's Harrison Crosby who's under real attack here for 3rd position. The championship leader has got away slowly on lap number 1, and Jamie Woodcock, 3rd in the series standings, who started 3rd on the grid, is looking to try and recover his 3rd place here. End of lap number 1 then. It's Mountsie who leads, a bit of a buffer, just 8/10 of a second though ahead of Carl Payne in 2nd. Crosby running wide through turn number 1. Woodcock has a good run off turn 1 all the way up to the far end of the circuit. They're side by side in the race for 3rd position. In fact, riders further down the order, James Rose and Luca Hopkins trying to get a look in as well. Such a wide surface up to the far end of the circuit that there are so many opportunities to come through, and it is Harrison Crosby who's lost out, dropping down to 4th position. So Woodcock is through up into P3, and further position changes in the offing as well with Luca Hopkins moving through, and Hopkins has shown some real form through 2017. Didn't get off to the best of starts in this race and wasn't on the best of grid positions either. Man currently 2nd in the championship standings, 59 points behind Harrison Crosby, now directly behind him on the circuit as well. Jamie Woodcock showing some real pace on this lap, and after passing Harrison Crosby early on, is now going off in pursuit of Carl Payne. Looks down the inside into turn 1 but backs out of it. Payne holds on. So it's Mountsie who leads, a 2nd clear of Carl Payne. The race is for 2nd place. Payne under pressure from Jamie Woodcock, a new fastest lap of the race from Woodcock last time around. Crosby under pressure as well. Hopkins goes for a move down the inside up to the far end of the circuit. And the inside move at the end of the Dragon Straight, it continues to be the inside through the spoon. So if you can get alongside there, you really can move your rival out of the way. Crosby doesn't really look to have the pace, but it's bent